stock tip. Best stock setups.
Hi and welcome again to Stock Tip Daily Update with me, Marcel Todia. The markets performed just as expected today, and that just goes to prove that our timing yesterday couldn't have been any better. And namely, this was it. This was the moment I decided to go pretty much all in. We had this long consolidation here, this turned to a nice consolidation here, so we managed 1, 2, 3, then we another pullback to the VWAP, and then we had this small doji here, and at that point I said to myself, okay, when the next if the next candle is a big green one, then above the doji I will buy it. And here I went pretty much all in on the indexes, on the SPY, on the Nasdaq, and on the IVM. I've timed them all on these developments in the SPY, and I pretty much went all in. So today we opened with a very nice gap up, and we've touched this last high here. In total, we've gotten, take a look here. So take a look here. In total, we've gotten, and now again to the 15-minute chart. So we've gotten, we've gotten a low, a high, a low, a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, then another higher low, and then we've tested the last high today, and we've pretty much closed at the top. So if we manage to break this level tomorrow, you see this level here, 1, 2, 3, and if we manage to break it tomorrow, then this is the last confirmation we need of our rally. I'm pretty sure we are already in a rally, but the signs couldn't be any bullisher than they already are. So this is the SPY, and now you can see it in the daily chart. We still have a lot of terrain to make up, and our next target, perhaps our next target would be here, but I pretty much hope that this movement is going to continue just slightly above our last all-time high, like we did here. So we continued this until we reached the next level above the last all-time high. I think I can get you a little closer than this. Where is it? So slightly closer than the last all-time high, and then we managed to push further. So I don't know if we are going to push further or if we're going to turn back after we close above the all-time high. Both are possible. So here we pushed back again, and another nice correction. That's why I ain't going to risk. But I do intend to leave the profits going until we reach the all-time high. And by doing that, I hope to cash in on some big winnings. So the same can be said of the Qs. The Qs also lagged. So in October also lagged behind the S&P. You see here the Qs, and you see here the S&P. So the Qs also lagged behind the S&P. I think by the time of the breakout, the S&P also had pretty much recovered 50% of the losses, and the Q lagged definitely behind. This was the Q, so just similar to what we have now, and still outperformed the S&P, and I'm pretty hopeful. We are speaking about hope and not of any predictions, but I'm pretty hopeful that we are continuing. We will continue to see the same move here, namely that we are going to touch our all-time high and hopefully continue going. So this is also a position that I want to leave open in just in case we go further than we initially thought. On the other hand, I also have the IVM. The IVM was always problematic, and I don't see it any other. I'm not seeing it any other way now. We have a nice breakout. So this was a nice breakout in the IVM. Also bought it yesterday here, and today we got the breakout. I hope for the confirmation tomorrow, but the confirmation is bound to come. So this was a very nice setup. I hope you've taken it, and today, bam, a nice breakout. But where is the target? Where are our targets? That I cannot say, because the IVM didn't develop like the last two indexes. It may also just be that the IVM reaches at the 50 moving average and then turns back again. That's also a possibility. That's not something I'm keen on seeing. And if the IVM is turning back down again, then there is always the risk that the IVM is going to pull the other back. That's why we have to take it into account, and we have to keep adapting to the new conditions. We mustn't deceive ourselves in hoping and just hoping for the best and not preparing for the worst. So my stop is still here at the moment. I'm thinking about pulling my stop here, but at the moment I'm so invested that if my position gets closed just for a couple of minutes, I won't be able to get back in. So I think I have to take a careful look at this. I'm still thinking of pulling my stop below the gap here, below the upper end of the gap, and wait and see what happens. And that way I am able to protect my winnings from the last 2 days, and there are some major winnings of 5 to 10%. Only that I had taken some losses here in this wild movement. So I will think about it, and sooner or later I will decide. For euro to US dollar, pretty much moved sideways and consolidated. I'm not happy about it because in the past we've seen these huge moves up. Here again, a huge move up after a nice consolidation, and that would erode our potential winnings from the indexes and from the stocks that we have. So I'm not happy with this development. I think we've finally left our trend canal here, and we are bound to break above this level sooner than later. And at the moment I'm almost 100% invested, so I think I'm still in the range of actually I think I'm still in the range of 80-85% invested, but that means I have no liquidity, and my whole portfolio is now in US dollars. I cannot do anything to hedge it against against the movements of the euro to US dollar. Oil still hasn't developed much these past weeks. Gold and silver, I'm also curious. I wasn't paying attention to gold and silver. So gold and silver, at least gold, but I think also silver and gold, only gold, has reached the resistance line, this major resistance line here. You see it in the weekly chart. That's where I said you should trade it. If you get a breakout above this trend line, let's say for the argument's sake, let's say above this candle's high, then that would be a buy with a stop beneath this candle here, beneath this candle. That would be a buy for those of you who wish to invest in gold. So that would be a definite buy here. But I repeat, in the weekly chart, here in the weekly chart, you aren't affected from these crazy gaps that you keep getting in the daily chart. So if you do decide to do anything, then please do it in the weekly chart. Okay, so yes, the German market, I forgot about the German market. So like I've predicted, this was a small prediction, the German markets are bound to mimic the movements of the main US markets, and this is exactly this point here. So the German markets will probably start tomorrow at about 32 or almost 32, and perhaps have a major good day. That's my feeling. So keep a lookout. I think sooner or later we are going to reach our last the trend line here, and I think sooner than later, but that's just if the US markets are developing like they do. So our portfolio is performing well. Apple showed a little weakness today, so not that much volume, not that much interested in a buy. But in the end of the day, it moved a couple of dollars higher, so it still ended the day on a positive note and with 0.3% higher. I'm pretty happy with this development, so my stop is at the moment still here. I think here. I have to see. No, actually, my stop in Apple is here at 173 or 173.5. So I'm not risking that much money. If you break above this level, above 177, then I think I could pull the stop here at 174.5. Yes, 174.5. I think this would be the next stop, but you have to break above first. And then ADP, also a position I added yesterday. Take a look at the daily chart. So bam, a nice breakout, and I need a confirmation, but at the moment a very nice breakout. I take a look where I can pull the stop. So my stop was I think here. I'm going to pull the stop here, and 207. Yes, I'm going to pull the stop at 207 if it's not already there. AMD is a new addition from today. I wanted to take it because in the past AMD has always outperformed every other stock in a rally. But I'm a little pessimistic here because I think we are just at this point in a past rally. So I think we are just nearing the trend line, and then we are going to get a pullback again, and only after that eventually we could get a nice rally, a major rally that could see us somewhere in the range of 200 or 300. But at the moment, this still looks like a very nice setup to me, especially in the daily chart. I can't tell you where I have my stop. I'll just have to keep a watch on it. I think my stop is beneath this candle, so beneath today's low. I think there's my stop. My position is pretty small. I'm not. I couldn't afford too big of a position here, considering that we may as well get a bounce, a pull back down any day now. Amazon didn't do anything today, but we still closed above the last. We still closed above this line, or slightly just. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It didn't develop all that badly actually, and we've consolidated above the 50 line in the 15-minute chart. So where I do my intraday fine tuning. I couldn't be happier with this title. I think it's still going to move in the right direction now. It's still possible though that we see a pullback after this vertical move. It's also possible that we only see a sideways move here above the 20 line. We shall see what happens, but I am not quite ready to say goodbye to Amazon. Then HPE had another nice day and closed with 1% in plus. Our stop stays here. beneath the low of this candle, so beneath 16.5, I think, and we are still waiting, still looking which how high it can get. I think the 15-minute chart won't bring anything here, so this is something for the weekly or for the daily. So we are doing pretty well at the moment. We should just have to have patience and see how high are we going to go. The IVM, we've already talked about the IVM, so this is why I'm not that convinced about the IVM. You see the weekly chart doesn't look that healthy, but still we've broken above these last support lines and we are heading for the 9. I hope it's going to hold. If it doesn't, we are at risk of seeing the other two indexes go down again. So we shall see. We shall wait and see. At the moment, my stop is where it was yesterday. So I think here I have two further possibilities to pull it here or to pull it here. Seeing how we've ended the day, I think it's pretty safe to pull it beneath the higher end of today's gap. I still have to take a better look at this and decide. Then NEO, I will also purchase NEO yesterday. I think this is the point, or no, this is the point where I've purchased NEO, and today it also moved like a rocket, like a small rocket in the sky with 5.7% and closing at the top and above the 20 line. So NEO, a very nice setup. This was a very nice setup that I've given you yesterday, and it was scanned from yesterday, and it went. It has a huge potential, and if it goes if it fulfills just half of its potential, I'm still going to be very, very much in plus. So very, very happy with this title. A new edition of today is Plug. I bought it just at the end of our trading time today. You see it just slightly above the resistance line, above the breakout line. The volume is not that good, but in general was the volume today not that good. Doesn't matter though. My stop is pretty tight here, but I still think I've given it a little more room, and I've placed the stop at 22, so below today's low. So here at 22, exactly at 22. The other possibility would have been still tighter, stop at 22.3, 22.4. But if we do want to trade, then I think we have to, especially if you do have a rally, then we can give it some room to develop, and the breakout seems very legit. On the other side of the table, I had so the SPY and Nasdaq I've already shown you. So the next setup for me, this is a plus for you, something free for you. The next setup for me was Twitter, which also seems to have broken out in the last 15 minutes of trading, but this remains high, very high on my watch list. I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy it at a key moment, at an opportune moment. You have to track it. The reason I didn't buy it like I did with Plug was this already vertical move. So we were already moving pretty much vertical here. Basically, we've had the whole of today's movement, so 0.7% was pretty much vertical, and I would wish to see a consolidation here, either above the line or beneath the line, and then a strong breakout, and not just this vertical line. So what happened the last times we had a vertical movement? So this is a vertical movement, and bang, down, back down. Vertical movement without consolidation, again down. Vertical movement, again down. So vertical movement, I believe sooner or later we're going to head down again, and then we could just see an up move. The daily chart looks pretty wild. A definite buy, but only after a consolidation intraday. So I wish to see a sideways day or half a day sideways, but preferably a sideways day, and then I will take the next breakout. Just as it is now, I won't take it, but if it develops our way, then this would be a very, very nice turnaround point for Twitter. Very nice turnaround point for Twitter. And the buy, just look at its potential. So you will have a double up, pretty much a double up. Okay, so this were today's developments. I still have a lot of titles and setups here on our favorites list. You'll find them under the stock keep scans tab on our website stock-tip.com. You'll also find many other setups there that I've posted for free for you, so be sure to take a look and visit. And if you like this video so far, then just don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do have any questions, then leave them in the comment section below. If all is good, then we will continue with the third part of our video now, the setups.